Hello and welcome to today's class. This is the first in a series of 8. So we're at the last 2 months of 2020, the end of the year, and I wanted to kind of do a level 1 class, each week a new one, that's going to focus on a couple of different things that some tips that we may need to help us get through these last couple of months. You got the holidays, we got a lot of things going on, maybe some projects we need to finish up. So these are just going to be simple, nice, nice classes like we've had before. And but again, they're going to focus, at the end, there's going to be something that we'll be focusing on to kind of help you along to kind of navigate these last 2 months of the year. And for today's class, you will need 2 blocks or something like 2 blocks. So it could be a chair or books or something. And then also something, a strap or something like a strap. So a belt, a scarf, a towel, something like that. These would be recommended for the class. We're going to start today's class like we do all the other classes. And I should also back up for a moment and just let you know that all of these classes, all the classes for the next 2 months will all be level 1 classes. They're going to incorporate a lot of what we've already done from the beginner series. So there will be some new things we'll introduce, but as we introduce new things, we'll go through them slowly. So just to let you know about that. So today's quote is, "Breath is the bridge which connects life to consciousness, which unites your body to your thoughts." And I apologize in advance for butchering this name because I know I'm going to. And that quote is by a Thich Nhat Hanh. So I apologize if I said that name incorrectly. But just keep in mind throughout today's class, we're really going to just really notice your breath in the poses. Make sure you're breathing. If you find a pose is difficult for you, your breath is your best friend at that point. It will help you get through that pose and move through that pose. So we're going to start out with our right leg out to the right. Left leg will be bent in. It can be here, wherever it's best for you. If you find that your leg is way propped up or way high, way up here, put a block under it. That's perfectly fine. You'll still get the same stretch. So you can prop your leg up if you need to. If your leg is all the way down, great. If not, I want to do it with the modification just to show with that today. So from here, all we're going to do is simply take a nice deep breath in with this leg nice and outstretched, and then just come forward any amount. And if that is tough on your lower back, stay upright. You're still getting a nice stretch and opening through here. But if you're able, come forward and breathe in nice and deep. 2 more. Once more. Exhale, we'll come back up. And from here, we're just going to go a little side stretch to the side. So try to keep this foot flexed the best you can. And bring your right arm down your right leg. And you're not going to turn this way. You're going more for a side stretch. This will help later with one of our poses we're going to do. So bring that left arm up overhead and bend over any amount for that stretch. You can be up here. Find what works best for you, where you're not going too far, but you're definitely getting a stretch. Breathe here for 2 nice deep inhales and exhales. Inhale, come all the way back up. And now we're going to switch. So we're going to bring this right leg in, and the left leg will come out to the side. On this one, I'll show it without the block. So again, you can always prop that up. If you find that your leg is way up here, that's perfectly fine. A lot of us are really high, and over time that will come down. So use the block and let that help you, assist you in this pose. Keep your left foot flexed as best you can. And from here, take a nice deep breath, inhale, and stay here. Or exhale and come forward any amount. And we'll breathe here 3 nice deep breaths in and out. 2 more. 1 more. And on the exhale, come back up. And now we'll do the stretch again to the left. So bring your left arm down your left leg, any amount. You can rest your elbow. You could also, if that's too much, you can always put a block. There's lots of options behind your leg, wherever you need to be. So this is also an option. I'll show with this one. I've got a block behind my leg. And bring that right arm up overhead. And breathe here. 2 nice deep breaths. on the exhale, come back up. All right, from here, we're just going to bring both the soles of our feet together in bound angle pose. And from here, just sit up nice and tall on your sitting bones. And for a moment, just butterfly those legs like butterfly wings. Just kind of opening up the hips, the groin area. Let those just kind of go for a minute. All right, from there, we're going to now interlace our fingers, and just take those wrists out in front of you. Give a nice stretch with your feet still in the same position. Breathe here. From there, bring your hands behind you, and I'm going to turn the side so you can see this better. Bring your hands behind you, staying tall and upright in the spine. Lift your chest and really open the heart, really open the shoulders, the chest. Breathe in and out. One more. All right. And from there, we're now going to transition onto our backs for a nice hamstring opener. So grab your strap, lay on your back. And for today, we're going to leave the left leg bent, and we're going to take the right leg and we'll take the loop around the ball of your foot up by your toes and stretch that foot up long and straight. So long and straight might be here. It might be here, and it might be further in. If you have to have a slight bend, that's fine. But what we're trying to go for is, instead of coming all the way here with your leg bent, back it off and keep it at a nice straight, because we're trying to really open up the hamstrings. So if you still have to have a micro bend, even here, that's fine. But again, we're trying to go for straight legs. So hold here, breathe in nice and deep. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Really feel that stretch. And if you would like, you can extend that left leg down onto the mat, straight out in front of you. You may find intensifies it a bit, so you can always leave it here, or if you do that, you can bring your leg out some. One more deep breath in. Exhale and let that go. And now we'll do the other leg. So bend your right leg, bring your left leg up into the loop, or put the strap around the ball of your foot, and straighten out that leg the best that you can. And breathe here nice and deep for a few breaths. In and out through your nose. And if you'd like, you can always stretch that leg out on the mat, long and straight in front of you, or leave it bent. You got to listen to what your body is telling you, so go with what your body is asking for. One more nice deep inhale. And on the exhale, release that and let that go. All right, from here, we're going to roll over to our right side. Sit up. All right, let's come to stand at the top of our mat, and we'll do a couple of half sun salutations. If you know that you're going to need blocks, if you're feeling tight this morning or afternoon or evening, whenever you are, grab those blocks and have them at the top of your mat. And from here, we're going to do 3 rounds of half sun salutations. Inhale, arms up overhead, reach, reach, reach out of your spine. Exhale, dive forward, hinging at the hips. Bring the hands down to blocks or the ground. Bend in your knees if you'd like. Fold in, let your head go. Inhale and halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way back up. Reach for the sky. And exhale, back to mountain pose. Twice more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Fold in, let your head dangle. Inhale, halfway lift. Look forward. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way back up slowly, carefully, reaching for the sky. And exhale, back to mountain. Once more. Inhale. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale, come all the way back up. Reach, reach, reach. And exhale back to mountain pose. All right, from here, I'm going to move the blocks. You can keep them if you'd like, if you find they're going to be helpful. From here, we're going to inhale. And then we're going to exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And from here, step back into downward facing dog. So take both your feet back, lift your hips up toward the sky, pedal your legs out. This is probably your first down dog of the day, more than likely. So really get those legs pedaled out, stretch out everything. And when you feel ready, straighten 2 straight legs or knees bent, but your hips are up toward the sky. Get a nice down dog here. Really stretch through your arms, your legs. Take another deep breath here, in and out through your nose. On the inhale, we're going to rock forward into plank. Remember, you can always modify by putting your knees down. Plank. From here, slowly lower down to the ground with your elbows tucked in nice and tight to your body. Untuck your back toes. And from here, we're going to do just a small, low cobra. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, back down. Twice more. Inhale. And exhale, back down. Once more. Inhale. And then exhale, back down. From here, tuck your back toes. Come up to all fours. And go back into your downward facing dog. One more deep breath here. Exhale and walk forward on your mat. And inhale, halfway lift. Look forward and exhale, fold in. Inhale, root all the way back up. Come back up to rise. Arms overhead. Exhale, back into mountain pose. All right. From here, inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And from here, step your right foot back and open up into Warrior 2. So windmill your arms up. This is, remember, Warrior 2 is your heel to arch alignment. So your front heel will align with your back arch. Arms up by your sides. Take a nice deep breath here. Looking out over that left hand. One more inhale. And on the exhale, bring your arms in front of you and step back into cobra. Into plank, excuse me. Into plank. From here, you can modify, lower down to the ground. Inhale up, lift up into cobra, your amount of cobra that feels good today. Shoulders back. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale, tuck your back toes, lift up into downward facing dog. On the inhale, step forward and halfway lift. On the exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way back up. And exhale, lower your hands down to your sides. All right, let's do that again on the other side. So inhale, lift, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And from here, step your left foot back into Warrior 2. Excuse me. Heel to arch alignment. Your right leg is nice and deeply bent. Arms up to the sides. Look out over your right hand and breathe in deeply. Exhale. One more inhale. And on the exhale, bring your hands to the ground. Step back into your plank or modified plank. Inhale here and exhale. Lower down to the ground. Untuck your back toes. Inhale. Come up into your amount of cobra that works for you today. Remember to keep those shoulders on the back. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, tuck your back toes and lift up into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. Exhale. On the inhale, walk forward on your mat. Inhale, lifting halfway up, and exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way back up. hands touching overhead. And exhale back into mountain pose. I would like to point out one thing really quick on that. When we're coming from Cobra Pose, so just watch for a moment. If you're in Cobra Pose and going back to down dog, you can tuck your toes and you can come up into a plank and go back to downward dog. Or if you find that is just a little too much, you can always come up onto all fours, tuck your toes, and then go into your downward dog. So I wanted to point that out for everyone. All right, so let's come back up to the top of our mats. All right, from here, inhale, come all the way up. Actually, back up for a moment. You're going to want your blocks because we're going to get into our pose today that you need the blocks. So grab at least one block, have it near you at the top of your mat. Now let's try that again. So inhale, come all the way up. Inhale, up, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Touch the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. And from here, you're going to bring your right leg back into warrior two. Windmill your arms up. Heel to arch alignment. Check your alignment. Make sure that's good. You're in a nice warrior stance here. Breathe here deeply. One more. From here, grab that block and sit on the outside of your left foot. Come back into your warrior two. And from here, straighten your left leg and bring that right leg in just a little bit, just so you shorten that stance a bit. From here, we're going to come into triangle pose. So we've done a lot of opening already in the beginning and through all those sun salutations and the warrior to help us get into this pose better. So you're going to stay with your hips facing the side of your mat, best that you can. Keeping this leg straight or straightish. And from here, bring that left arm out and start to tilt forward a bit. So you're actually tilting to the side. And bring that hand, your left hand, down to the block. Now your hips will be facing toward the back of your mat. And then you can either leave your right hand on your hip, or if you feel steady and able and you like it, bring that right arm up overhead. And breathe here deeply. So your shoulders are mostly stacked and this leg is mostly straight. You may find if you're hyperextending or you're locking it, then give it a slight micro bend so you don't lock it. Breathe here nice and deep and really just notice this pose. You can bring this block up to any amount that works best for you. So wherever you feel that's best. And you can always have a bend in that knee. This is really tight, go with the bend. But breathe here nice and deep. You're nice and open to the side. One more. From here, bring both hands down to the floor and we're going to step back into downward facing dog this time. Breathe here deep. 2 nice deep breaths in and out through your nose. Once more. From here, lower your knees to the ground. Let your big toes touch. Sink back under your hips and come into a nice child's pose. Take a rest after that triangle pose we just did, which is it can be a difficult pose, and it's definitely a demanding pose. So let's take a rest here for a moment. Breathe in and out through your nose at your own pace. And then let's come up to all fours. And from there, we're just going to step forward on our mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way back up. Reach for the sky. Exhale, arms down to your sides. Back to mountain. That was great. Excellent. You guys did triangle. Like I said, that can be a challenging pose for a lot of people. So the block is your friend. Let's definitely use it. And always bend that knee. If it's really difficult on your leg, you really feel that strain, don't push through the pain. You want to ease into it. Over time, that leg will become straighter and straighter as you go. So let's now bring that block over to our right leg. So it'll be ready for when we set up for triangle on the other side. So from here, inhale up. Exhale, dive forward, fold forward, look in. Inhale, halfway lift. And from there, step your left foot back, open up into Warrior Two. Heel to arch alignment, check your alignment, make sure that you're nice and aligned, stand nice and tall, coming out of your hips. Try not to be this way, you want to be nice and straight up out of your hips. Look over that hand, your right leg bent, your back leg is straight. One more nice inhale and exhale. From there, straighten that right leg. Bring that left foot in just a little bit, shorten that stance. And from here, arms out. Bring that right hand forward as you tip forward. And now bring your hand down to that block, wherever you need to have it. You can also, alternatively, if you don't have a block, or that's not high enough, you can also, I should have said this on the first side, you could hold anywhere on your shin. It could even be up here. So find what is good for you. If this is just too far down, that's okay. You can always be right here. That left arm will stretch tall and long above you. And breathe here nice and deep for a couple of deep breaths. In and out through the nose. Again, you can always have a slight bend in that front leg if you need to. Really seeing how this feels right now in your body. And adjust however you need to. Always remember to do that. All right, from there, we're going to exhale, and we're going to bring our hands down to the ground and step back into a downward dog and stretch that out. Let that go, pedal the legs out, whatever you need to do. Always listen to your body and see what it's calling for. Another nice deep breath in and out through the nose. And from there, flow down to the ground, knees to the ground. Gonna bring your big toes to touch. Sit back on your heels, and let's stretch out a nice long child's pose. And let all of that go that we just did. All right, and from there, come up on all fours, and we're going to walk forward on our mat and come into inhale, halfway lift. Remember, use the block if you need to. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, come all the way back up. And exhale, let that all go. Very, very nice. All right. From here, we're going to do a quick balance pose. We're just going to do tree pose. We've done that before, so by now you probably know where you need to be. So find where you need to be in this pose and come into your version of tree pose. Use the wall, whatever you need. Bring that, take your right leg out, bring it in to wherever you want it on your leg. Find your gazing point. Look out at that horizon, wherever that point is on the wall or outside. Breathe here deeply. Exhale. Inhale. Keep your gaze. Be steady in your breath. And exhale, let that go. Now we'll come to the other side. Left leg. Turn it out. Bring it up to wherever you want to be in this pose. Find your balance. Find your gaze. Breathe in and breathe out through your nose. And when you're feeling wobbly, your breath is going to help you to focus. So come back to your breath. Always come back to your breath. And exhale, release that. Excellent. All right, let's come and sit down now. And from here, going to just bring our legs out in a wide-legged forward or wide-legged seated position. So wide-legged could be a variety of things. It could be maybe here. It might be further out. You determine what your width is going to be. Sit up tall on your sit bones. And from here, exhale and fold forward any amount. If you find that that's not working for you, then stay upright with your hands behind you. You're still getting a nice stretch through here. So either way, upright or come forward any amount. Breathe deeply here. Once more. And from here, come all the way up. And then we're just going to twist to the side. So we're just going to go over here to the side. Turn over your right leg. Look at your right foot. Make sure it's flexed and hinge forward any amount. And again, you can always stay upright. You can have the hand behind you. Whatever feels best in your body. So this is a great place to be right here. Twisting and possibly folding over, whichever or both. Breathe here. Once more. In. And exhale, let that go, and we'll go to the other side. So now frame yourself over your left leg. Get over that, making sure your left feet, your toes are pointed, they're flexed. And now you can either hinge forward any amount, bring your left hand behind you, your right hand could be on your left leg, excuse me. And just have a nice twist and deep in and out through the nose. And from there, we're going to release that. And now, bring the soles of your feet back together. And notice where you are now can maybe compare to the beginning of the class. We did do this at the beginning of the class. So you've got your feet in this nice bound angle pose, soles of your feet together, sitting upright. If your legs are up higher, that's fine. You can always use blocks underneath of them. Or you can just let them kind of hang in space and see where they go. Butterfly up and down a little bit. And now, if you'd like to, hinge forward any amount. See where you're at. Breathe there nice and deep. And let's come back up. And let's sit in a nice cross-legged position. And before we go into Shavasana today, I would like to share with you one of the techniques and tips that I think is very helpful, especially around the holidays, the last couple of months of the year when there's a lot of things we're trying to do and visit, and we all have those long lists. It's simple breath work. And so today we're going to do equal inhales and exhales. So I'm going to start with an inhale of 3 and an exhale of 3. Go up to 4 and then possibly up to 5. You stay where you need to be. If you find that 3 is enough for you, then stay there as we go to the next one. So this will be very simple. It will be about a minute of time. We're not going to spend a lot of time here. But this is something you can do any time of day, any day of the week, anytime you have got some stress, maybe you're frustrated with traffic, you're in a line, whatever, just stop and breathe. And especially equaling out your breath, it really makes you focus. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to inhale through the nose to a count of 3. So I'm going to count. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to inhale as easily and talk. So I'm going to talk you through it. So get a nice, comfortable seat. And inhale through your nose, just a normal breath, and let that go. And now here we go. Inhale for the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let it go. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Do that again. Inhale to the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Exhale. 1, 2, 3. Now let's try to inhale 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Once more. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you'd like to, let's go into 5. If you think that's going to be too much, or 4 was enough, or 3, you pick whichever one works for you and stop there. But we're going to go for 5 on this one. So here we go. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once more. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, nice and regular breath in and out. And from here, lie back into your Shavasana. I'm going to keep it eye on time. So you go ahead and lay back, stretch out on the mat. If you are just really pressed for time and you need to skip Shavasana, I understand, but I definitely highly recommend that you take at least 30 seconds even in this pose. So if you're able, stretch out on the mat, legs out long on the mat, arms out by your sides, cover your eyes if you'd like, And just take a moment here and just notice your breath, inhales and exhales. Close your eyes and let the effects of your practice wash over you. And just remember that that breath, equalizing out your breath, is a great technique when you are stressed, like I said, or any time that you need to take a little breather. It's great to do at work. You could do this several times throughout the day. So yeah, just remember to really pay attention to your breath from here and there as you go through these last couple of months of the year into what I call the frenetic, crazy, busy time of year. But for now, we're not there. We're enjoying Shavasana, so lie there for just another little bit. I'll give you some quiet. Just notice your breath in and out. And if you'd like, please ignore my cues and stay as long as you'd like. If you're ready to come out, bend your knees into your chest gently. Give them a nice squeeze, nice hug. From there, roll over to your right side. Stay there for a moment. Pause with your arm, your hand on your head on your arm, like a pillow. From there, use your arms. Bring yourself gently back up to a nice seated position. And I thank you very much for joining me today in today's class. I hope that these classes are going to help get you through the next couple of months, the next 8 weeks of 2020. Thanks again for joining me. Namaste. I'll see you next time. Have a good day.